Hey, boys and girls, here we are. Looks like we're live, if I'm not distracted easily, which happens. But hey, what you doing? Huh? There's something over here. They're going, what is that? It's always something in the way. Huh? But that thing there, see? Well, I've never done live before. Guess why? B and G's. I always figured that live was about live. I'm going, and before I get started, I'm not going to the Mardi Gras today. I'm in New Orleans right now. It's a big hoopla, foopla, and they wonder why they're so drunk all the time, because they're always drinking. Nothing wrong with that. Party and have a good time, but local people, there are many of you, if you're in this area here, that stay home during the Mardi Gras, because the Mardi Gras is kind of chaotic. Like I say, New Orleans, come to New Orleans, greatest city in the world, best places in the world. The Voodoo Tavern's a good place. That's one place. Jude Blue, that's another, but never mind him. But if you want to see the city, wait till the Mardi Gras is over. So and they pick up the garbage, because they used to do traditionally weigh their garbage every year. Try adding live to your story, it says. What story? I don't know how to do any of that stuff. All I know how to do is this right here. What I was getting to was I was underneath, hey, we're going live. Oh, here's so-and-so, there's so-and-so. I know all of you, but I don't know anybody. I don't feel I have no idea what's going on right now. But what I was going to do is tell you what I'm going to just continue to do the thing that I know how to do, all right, and lead you to things and other stuff. See what we got right here? Here's a cassette player. Now listen to this. You want to hear live? Listen to this.
Direct manifestation of. And I find myself, I feel better about it. I don't want to depend on or want anything from them.
Well, 5 years ago, if you would have said, well, I didn't even vote, I don't think I had anybody to vote for, it would have been a lot more effective statement than it is today. Everybody kind of shakes their head and says, yeah, you're right, I didn't vote, I don't believe in any of them either, So that's a big problem.
They look at a vote as a tax.
Just a little sample of what I'm trying to get to. Well, get to it. Let me get this the hell out of the way. What the heck? Hey, let's see what this is. When you say it's live, it's live. Look, so right here, we got some pictures. All right, there I am there, too. Now, what the hell is this? All right? When I tell you I don't know what I'm doing, don't know what I'm doing, but I think that's cool there. We got something. Invite a creator to co-host and make new friends. Invite co-host now, co-host. Keep going. We're letting more viewers know you're live. Okay, good. Because, again, he's going to get to the point. I'll put this back again with big there. The point is, I want to give something when you go live, and you can't really do it. You can't see that. I ain't giving you that. But I'm an old disc jockey. Old you can prove by watching me for a while. I went to the gym today. Everybody smells like sweat. They're trying hard and stuff. The girls don't want you to look at them, but, if you don't want us to look at you, wear clothes. We have imaginations. We can imagine what it looks like, so wear clothes and we'll do our imagination thing. Don't wear see-through stuff, because then we can't use our imagination. But anyhow, there are places and things that I've done that are important and significant. Not to me, because I don't give a... But to other people, interviewed. I just played a little clip of a radio show that I did years ago. I don't know the years. I'm doing trouble with the day right now. But when I did this thing, they had many people. It was a talk radio format, they called it. But most talk radio stations, God bless them, they're good announcers. But they don't let the guys that call in talk. They do the talking, and if the guy that calls in talks, says something they don't want to say, then, well, we got to go to a break right now. Or I just had a thought or something. So anyway, my idea to do was to let people call in. There's stations now. There's GSO in the morning that does this. The right-wing politic radio. There's other places that call. You know what talk radio is. But the concept that I tried to perpetuate was one that I had picked up from a guy named Larry Reagan. He was back up a minute, dude. Jude Blue Radio at one time was a whole lot different than it is now. A lot of the trouble that we're having because of the fact when radio went out of control of the FCC, the Federal Communication Commission. All right, when they control things, but as government controls things, they had a thing called equal time. So if I say Joe Blow, Joe Blow would have to come here and prove it or show that he doesn't. Equal time. That's why shows like The View, it only took, 30 years to get rid of them. Anyway, because they were allowed to get on there, and drum things into people's heads over and over and over again, whether they were true facts, whether they were scientifically proven. No, they were just the ramblings of some big mouth biat that's on the television, had a show, you see. Because they were on cable and they were not regulated by the FCC, so every time Joy, whatever the heck, said something, somebody would have to come in and be able to dispute it. That's disputed, but dispute it. Dispute it, equal time, because it's not fair. It's like having, I do stand-up comedy, but some of the comics are good, some of them aren't, but some of them do a thing that we call kowtowing to the audience. They know everybody's drunk, so they start talking about people when they're drunk, they want to talk about SCX and things like that. They don't want to get cerebral, So it's kind of like cheating. So I kind of only talk about dirty stuff at home by myself, which happens a lot, But anybody that's following or viewing, I appreciate it. I have no idea the semantics of what's going on. I've got something a little bit, so just swipe off. Okay, it's telling me to do something. Swipe TikTok Live, right? Swipe. I ain't swiping nothing. That's called shoplifting. Went to the gym today. It's proof. I ain't dead. I felt myself breathing. Get out from underneath me. Back to the parent. A lot of the things that they were talking about in that little clip of the radio show that I played a while ago. I don't know if you can see the darn thing. But a lot of that stuff is...
participation in this government that they really don't believe in anymore.
All right.
That's kind of how I feel about it.
Now, that's being back, not this one.
I feel better about myself, and every day just a lot happier because I just don't look to them for anything. I just wish they wouldn't look to me for anything either.
Be a nice change, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All right, Mike.
Did you?
Okay, thanks for calling.
That was a guy named Mike. Now, so what I came into was a situation where an individual, Larry Regan, had started talk radio inadvertently. What's that mean? Means he didn't know what the hell he was doing. He didn't know what he was doing, but all right, here's the thing. People would call in and say, I want to play a song for Mary. Mary had a little lamb. She should have stayed away from that goat. And she wouldn't have had any lamb. But anyhow, when you'd send it out to Billy, and the DJ, Larry, would say, okay, Billy, here's the song for you. And that went on. It became so popular, and I'll tell you why in a minute, because people were linking together, communicating with each other. That was the whole purpose. So they were dedicating a song. You dedicate a song to Mary. She has a smelly, billy backyard, but we'll cut the grass. And that would be done. Well, it got so popular that management trusted the callers. And they had names like Lady Reality, Mardi Gras Frank, the Flaming Liberal. I can't, guess why? Because he's liberal. But he wouldn't give up on it. You know what I mean? He never saw the light, as they say. So they had all these sort of pseudo-CB handle names, and they would call in, and they would say things about, I saw Frank last night, his wife was unalived by eating poison mushrooms. And his second wife was unalived by a concussion because we need the mushrooms, that kind of stuff. And he would tell a joke and then they'd go on with the next caller. Or they would talk about topics and things like that. Back to the point. The point is what they were talking about back then. Politics and honesty and crookedness and things like that.
That's Mike at 268 I-84 WTIX, but I'll finish up what I was saying about that. Back in Leave It to Beaver days, the old days, like we all like to talk about, back then, remember? And by the way, let me throw this in here right now. I don't think it was that much better back then. I think that we still had perverted individuals walking the streets. We had officials that were corrupt. We had police that were not so legally intact. We had religious figures that were a little bit off the mark as far as certain parts of their personal performance.
It was like 20 years ago,
I think we have more of it today because society has sort of subliminally given everybody kind of permission to be more than they were before.
See that? And it happened. And that was a long time ago, exactly as I said. Don't know where the car is parked right now. But some people want to co-host. We got to work on all that stuff. I don't know how to do that stuff, right? I get distracted easily. What was that? Oh, I heard that sound. But anywho, it became popular. Then they let the people come on and dedicate the song. And then it became, banter back and forth, sort of, again, like a CB club. Well, then I wasn't doing nothing. By the way, if you didn't know it, my promise years ago to do nothing, tell you everybody's, well, I was right, you see. Most of them are in politics, it seems like, and believe me, they're on both sides. There are no two sides. There aren't two sides. There's one side that you hate and one side that you like because you hate the other side, you see. But there's still, anyway, we won't talk about politics now because I'll get a rash. But they were interacting with each other by way of talk radio. Well, then the announcers came in, and talk radio announcers, well, I'd like to dedicate that song to Mary Jane out there. I hope that, I hope he can. Then it became then the DJs that never got to say nothing got to thinking, wait a minute, I could say something. I'd pop in here and say an actual fact or quote an actual, thing and stuff like that. So then it kind of went crazy there. Talk radio turned into listen to me radio and try not to talk too much unless you agree with me, So that's what happened with that now. And that's what this was a part of. Let's see what else I did.
Because the consequences for being discovered as such are less. You do something like the guy that, what was it we talked about earlier this afternoon? The guy that got caught videotaping his tenants. He had a house he was renting, and he had installed some cameras up in the attic. And
he was a prevert.
Because he wasn't satisfied with just starting the tape and going back when nobody was home and playing it back and looking at it. He was actually climbing in the attic and monitoring what he was taping as he was taping it.
He was one of them preverts, you see. And my prediction, 2, 3, whatever the hell it was years ago, is just about everybody got one. You want the world to go like that, shut off, and everybody go nuts and jump out of the cars and all. Stop having porno online and see what happens. People are going, whatever. You think the people in Washington are freaking out now because it was implied that they do their job. That's bad enough. Guess why they don't want to?
And he got caught.
Shut up. Guess why they don't want to send an email showing what they're doing? Because what they're doing is and I do it again and again and again. And there's nobody. Well, Trump's going to slow it down a little bit, but that would be my prediction. I was speeding up here. Let's see what else I was talking about. Because when I say that everybody is full of, I can say that confidently because I am. I happen to be chock full of BS. All right.
He didn't go to jail for life. He didn't, he didn't kill anybody, so he didn't deserve to go to jail for life. But the consequences were not very severe.
Who?
What I'm trying to say.
Wow.
So, and the ability to do stuff like that is a lot easier than it was back in the 50s. You got to admit that too. You had a movie, and you wanted to watch it. You had to go to the movie theater to watch it. You didn't have a VCR, a tape recording device. Even the elite, the ultra rich, those who had the gadgets before we didn't have that kind of stuff. It didn't exist. Videotape.
Can you imagine? You heard that? You heard that, boys and girls? Videotape, didn't they? What did they make?
Audio tape only existed in the early stages on a reel.
Which
today is primitive as heck, but we still use it because so many machines left that can accommodate that type of thing.
So you get what I mean, what I'm full of, you see. And what I'm going to try to bring back, and what I thought I could bring back with the tick-tock, because it looked like a way for me to be able to get people that wanted to say something and give them a platform to say it and tell them they're full of if I don't like what they say, so hence... try to transpose. Anyway, back to the radio thing. That's what was going on. That went on so good. And then the individual who started it, who had no idea what he started, by the way. This guy was as popular as Beyonce without the big butt. You know what I mean? He was buttless Beyonce, still beyond comprehension how popular that he was. Now, we're talking about a local area of New Orleans. Jefferson Parish, Orleans Parish, probably extended up to the river parishes, things like that. But everybody in the area, that would take like a 50,000 watt station to cover it today. The internet covers everything. That's the curious and funny and sad part and delusional part about this. There's millions of people watching this, but nobody gives a you know. But back then it was a little bit different, you know. So they started to speak, and then the individual who started it passed away, as they say. Now, I personally don't believe when you die, you pass away. You pass, but it ain't away. Shut up, dude. Oh, you don't know about it. Stupid Guka. Stupid Guka's my co-host, I guess. Shut up. He doesn't really exist except in my mind, but what does? They say we all live in an alternative universe. You know what I mean? What the hell am I doing to this stinky one? If we're creating our universe, what's the matter with me? I need a bigger body, stronger boy. Yeah. What the deal? What I mean is, there might be an alternate universe. Are there restrooms? Well, I want to know. Is there going to be Wi-Fi? You know, some people have Wi-Fi. I have a wife. If you guys got one of those, it's worse than Wi-Fi because you can't turn it off. You know. But anyway, back to what I digress. Do you get what I was saying? Let's see if I can fast forward a little bit more. Anyway, it was interesting to see people's thoughts on things. You usually didn't get that. Now, I wish they would shut up.
Anyway. So we had perverts and weirdos and thieves and pedophiles and everything back then. We still have them today. We have a lot better ways of exposing them.
Don't say expose when you talk about pedophiles.
We do have a better way of letting people know. There's Megan's Law. If you're a child molester, you have to notify people in the neighborhood you're there. There's another law they're working on. Basically
doing
about the
crazy
same thing.
stuff now. Not working.
We've gotten better at detecting these people, but we haven't gotten better at preventing the type of mindset that causes these people to exist.
And what that is everybody wants the big end, the big finish. You know what I mean? The twerking thing, that's what that's about. You know, you used to have to go on for a phenomenal amount of time to even get a general idea what the posterior region of the opposite sex looked like. You know, you could use your imagination. You could look at other posterior regions and say that looks, but that's what it looks like. But it was a secret. You see what I mean? Now, when you start out a relationship with a twerk, you're kind of seeing all of the important parts that aren't important. You know what I mean? Without those parts, a lot of stuff we wouldn't be able to do. Some of the stuff that we do with those parts, we don't want to do it while we're doing the other thing that we do with those parts, but we still look at those parts. We try to think of the good things that go into these parts and not the crap that comes out. Okay, so, but it was a secret, you know. My first wife, I wasn't even sure she had posterior region. Pretty sure she was, but and being raised indoctrinated by Catholics, I was what you call it, a victim of circumcision. But I was never an altered boy. But being of that mindset, you know, I had thought about that part, and so now biblically, I was supposed to, you know, marry her now. So I did. You know, it turns out she had one. It wasn't like the ones today. That's another thing that we're going to get to. Where the hell are these booties coming from? I mean, look at pictures from the 30s and 40s, 50s, 60s, even the 70s when people were discoing. If they had butts like they got today when they were discoing, there would be no room on the dance floor. Pop your booty, remember? That all the 70s was about was your booty. You remember that? Shake your booty, shake. Don't shake it too long. You know? They got people that give it up. When they do the stand-up, they always get the announcer saying, give it up, give it up, give it up. You know? I ain't giving up. No, I ain't even got it no more. If I had it, I wouldn't give it up. I'd make you fight for it, you know? I don't give it up. When you get to be, well, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, because then you would say, well, that's disgusting. My retirement plan backfired. I was supposed to be unalive by now, but you can't count on nothing. Government tried to help me. They didn't do the job. The dog, okay, Tippy, Marcy, went away, came back, you know. The other three, went away, came back. So it ain't time yet, you know. It wasn't, oh, he passed away. No, he didn't. He passed in a diaper. That's what it said. But ladies, you're looking for a good hookup, you know, stay away from old guys. Because you think you're going to change them, all you're going to do is change their diaper. Because they're not going to give you that. Well, they don't have, some of them do. Going to the gym, oh, well, let's see, what are you saying, Jim?
For many reasons, I'm sure, too, psychologically. How do you nab something like this? Nip it in the bud like Barney Fife when you find something like that wrong in people. And I mean, it's even gotten to a point where some people are trying to push ideas off on us that we know, if we look deep inside of ourselves, are wrong. And I'm speaking of these organizations that claim that doing things with young kids is okay. If
Thank you. Wait, I got the year here, y'all. Watch this. Look at this. Check it out. This it says French Quarter. Now, guess what? I ain't got the year. But I thought we'd give you an idea what year it was. But it was like 30 years ago. I had hair and teeth. It was a long time ago. And we were still talking about, they still had pre-verse. Well, we all got pre-verse stories, you know. Another thought that I had that how you're, all right, here's a good example. Little girl next door, little baby they don't speak English. And I know nothing about none of that. But she's just cute as can be. But to show you how children are influenced, okay? I give her a little gift, you know, music. So I gave her this tambourine. But you know, I'm goofy, you know. When I gave the tambourine, it was fine. When I took the tambourine, I hit up myself on the head with it, just playing around the shoulder. I gave that baby the tambourine. She will not do nothing but hit her head with it. Because she likes me, I gave her the tambourine. But you see what I mean? Suppose it wasn't a tambourine I gave her, suppose it wasn't her head up with sitting, blah, blah, blah. So watch out. I mean, these people trust me, I trust them. But what I'm saying is, look how just that little gesture influenced somebody that, you know, had a little bit of a liking or familiarity with you, okay? Now, here come, so I tell you the radio story. I have a website called, let's see, it's Jude Blued 48. And on that website, boys and girls, there are 3 or 4 of these radio shows. And what I'm trying to do, and actually, they all ask you at the B2B, they all ask you. What I'm asking to do is stay in contact. You know, go to that one, like me there, or follow me on this, or do whatever I can do. And I take the follow and I put it to the top if you just start. But anyway, follow me so that when I start this thing, that's right, you boys and girls, right there in the privacy of your own home, you'll be a caller. I'm coming, Blue. Talking about you. See. I want you to see. I said, how you do? Boy, disco ball sound like, well. That was a Stevie Wonder song. Bet you didn't see that coming, huh? You know, I got lucky to meet him one time. Stevie Wonder. He didn't know, what's your name, driver? I was driving a car. And how he knew that, I figured since he was sitting there. But when I said Jude, it went, nah. Did I mention I was easily distracted? Like, what the hell is this thing? Get it out of my way. All right. That's the other thing that shows me what you don't need to see because it ain't there. But a lot of that go. Anyway, I hope you've been enjoying. Let's turn the tape over, see what other side. Enjoying it, see what, you know. Number one, my retirement plan, as I said, backfired. I'm not dead. Not unalive, nothing like that. Still got all my parts, you know. I'm not giving them up because, never mind. But the YouTube site, go to that and watch these videos. I've done, I started out doing stand-up with Ellen DeGeneres in 1975. I usually take my teeth out when I tell that. Me and a guy, Lance Montaldo, a comical and musical genius doing on the cruise ships and all. George Wallace was the MC, the master of ceremonies, with Ellen, everything, and Rhonda Shear, all night. I don't know if you knew her. Rhonda Shear was beautiful, but back now, this was 1975. You know, there were no cell phones. There was no internet. There was my first radio job. Got a telegram. Wee-haw! Telegram. Second one, telegraph. You know. So it was a different world, as they say. And Rhonda was beautiful, but not funny. But there were only a handful of people in the city that did stand up. My dumb was one of them. Lance was a cousin of Ellen's, and that's how he got involved. George Wallace was already an established comic. Rhonda, I tell you by her, she got Maripa, so guys will laugh at girls, Maripa, because they like bounce. Anybody can see it. But anyhow, this contest was staged by Ellen so that she could win it and get credibility. Remember Mr. Bill? Ooh, Mr. Bill. Well, that was another cousin. I think he was the Vance, or I don't know, one of the degenerates. Turns out the name Degenerates, never mind. And it's degenerate, never mind. But anyhow, he was the ears up there, they would call it. In other words, he was a filler. When they needed a little bit of time to run out of stuff, put up Mr. Bill right there. And they roll him over. Sadistic and funny. Never mind. And laughter is a joke sarcasm. Did you say that? Yes, I did. But anywho, Ella said, I want to be on Saturday Night Live. I said, well, yeah, you got to have credibility. So I think she's selling clothes at, I don't know, but the thrift store. But anyhow, they put this contest on, rented it. I don't know who or how, but it was 6 to 8 weeks. I don't remember. And at the culmination of the contest, she was supposed to, or she was going to win. And when she won the contest, because we all won like 2 weeks. But when she came with the finals, this is where the glitch came in. Her and her girlfriend were going to go to Hollywood and come out. She hadn't come out yet. The only thing she ever said to me was, "Dude, shut up! Don't tell people I'm gay." And I thought, she doesn't have no, but I ain't say nothing. It was curious. Back then, Jude Boo was turned on by, stockings with the seam in the back for some reason. It was just seemingly a thing to do. But anyway, Ella wasn't wearing those. I think she had on briefs, but they were her brothers. If she has one, I don't know. Anyhow, the whole thing fell apart because the key girl that she was going to come out with, died. That was the first associate of Ellen that died. But anyhow, that's how freaking old I am. My second wife was named Georgia Cotton, so I had to pick her. And she was from Missouri, so I got to show her too. But her and I, she and me, us, when hated each other. But they paid us good money to act like we was married, because we wasn't. But in 1975, too, B97 was Disco 97. Disco 97. They ran off easy listening music and all this kind of stuff, and all that was left was me, and that's how it was. The studio was in the Superdome. Georgie Porgy's was a nightclub. Any of this registering with any of you all, stick with me or friend me on, I'm also on Facebook, but as Julian Jude Kulik Jr. That's like, walk the dog, Julian, park the car, Julian. But go to the YouTube thing, you can see a lot of these pics, I'm getting hip with the talk. A lot of these pics and see what happens. But let's see a little bit more. You want to hear some more? All right, let's go. Let's see.
You're pretty heavy duty then if you can handle that, look. Okay, I got to give you a number though. Spell your name out for
Listen,
me.
what I'm doing.
You want my first name
Yeah,
or the last name or what?
Listen to this.
Voice name.
My first
Voice.
name?
Voice name.
Or you want the point?
What it is, not the
Pern.
bird, the voice name.
The point is... I better not talk about the point
Do it.
too much.
The bird, yeah.
Yeah, go
He's referencing the point where you used to go with your girlfriend. But he's
out to the point and get laid. I know.
Get delayed, yeah. I know it's a big delay out there.
You said big delay.
I'm gonna put you down.
Okay. You want my... okay, you can call me Mike.
All right, we're gonna call you Mike, official yak number 15.
Now, would I get a prize for that?
Yeah, here it is. You ready?
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not going to get no woman. I'm not going to get a date with her before?
Oh no. You have to talk to.
See what I mean? Some of the things he said, they were filtered out when it went on the air. But you see what I mean? People got, what other radio show was going to call and let you do that, Anyway, that whole thing kind of fell apart. Stay tuned, boys and girls, because the reason it fell apart, the individual that fell it apart, fell it apart incorrectly. So he couldn't defend his fell it apart. In other words, I was doing better than anybody at the time. And, threatening to kick somebody baduta over private crap, did it so the whole thing went away. Well, I want to kind of recover, not those people, they're probably all dead. If they're not, they stink. But if they are, if you're still alive, But, there's shows with transgenders we're talking about in the 90s, 89, 88, 89, a reference to that. The same things that are going on now are going on then, but amplified. But the internet. Remember certain incidences that would happen, and they would find, we found a thing that we did you, and everybody has a fiddle, but if they would have just take the fee off the fee and not shown it to you. So they're instigating trouble, but so am I. I'm totally full of crap, Julian J. Kulik Jr. is what I am on Facebook. I was going to start my own site. Stay out of my Facebook. I don't like nothing. But I decided against it. Also, I'm working on cardboard underwear for the homeless. I call them boxer shorts. But that's about it. I'm what they call Jude Blued. If you came across me accidentally, follow me, because that means something. By the way, they say if you tell people you're not making any money, I ain't. I didn't think you could. They say you can. I got some poetry in a book I'd like to sell you, you know. But anywho, that's the kind of thing that I did with that radio show back then. You sort of built yourself up with an audience, a following like we do today. But again, we get distracted today with twerk, you know. To be boys and girls, mom and dad, you know. I mean, if you really want somebody that's going to love you for the rest of your life, hold off on that stuff, okay? That stuff's fun. It doesn't smell good sometimes, but it'll get you in trouble. It's the big thing. We gotta do that. They call it sleeping. He was sleeping with her. Nobody's sleeping. Little boy, he walked in on his mom and dad in their feet sleeping, you know. And they see him, and all of a sudden they get aware that he's there, so they start laughing. The little boy says, "What's going on?" And the dad says, "Well, Mom and Dad, you know, we're just laughing, we're tickling, it's fun, it's funny." You know? He said, "Okay." The little boy runs away. And about 2 minutes later, the dad hears a scream from his mom in the bedroom upstairs, okay? And he runs up there, and he sees his little boy on his grandma, and the little boy looks at his dad says, "What's going on?" The little boy says, "It ain't so funny when it's your mama, isn't it?" Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed whatever it was. And I'm going to get better. I'm going to get somebody with a brain and knowledge. That way, if you want to join me with something, that'd be cool. Because I need somebody to talk to. I'm so lonesome. But Jude Blued signing out right now. I'm going to go do the other thing I do. Oh, I've been doing it, but never mind. Bye-bye. Now, how you shut it off? I don't know. Maybe I got to stay live. Let's see what else.
Talk to Eric about
I
that.
have to settle for Allie Landry?
Oh, yeah. That's it.
Okay.
You got the booby prize. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Mike.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
That's Mike Yat, number 15 at WT.
That's what I started to tell you and forgot. See what I told you about my condition? He was at number 15. I think I got up to 400 or 500, something like that. These people had these sort of CB type names and the likes of that. And I digitized them. Yat number 1, Yat number 2. All you had to do with that Yat number, you couldn't lose it. You had to keep it someplace safe, hopefully clean, you know, wash it. And it was worth absolutely nothing because neither is your opinion or my opinion or anybody else's if nobody can hear it, okay? So now when you call in the talk radio, it's called a number 9, you know? Number 9, the walrus is dead, cuckoo. So you would know who it was. Now in my mind, which I had one back then, I had a couple of things back then that I got now, but they just look like they used to. But don't worry about those things. Anyhow, though, you'd be able to react and to react. So as soon as I learned how to put my glasses on, now you know I'm old, right? See if I can figure out how to turn the dome thing off, okay? See how I don't know what to see. The people I joined, I can't see that you joined. I got a host, I can interact, let's see right more. It says more right here. I can shut it off, you know, live guest, I can flip the guy, I don't want to do that, I don't want to mirror that. I want to turn it off. There's got to be a way. I gotta say hi. How you doing? Sherry Newsom to join as a guest. I don't know if I join a guest. How you do a guest link? Yeah. All right. What are you at there, Sherry? Maybe she knows how to turn the darn thing off. Well, yeah, you there? You know what I do? I hit it with a hammer. That's all right. So anyway, since we're still on, listen.
Yeah, X, the Mighty 690, where you at?
You put me on hold, I gotta be number 17.
You got to be number 17. All right, hold on. We're going to put you on hold. All right, we got number 17.
See, he wanted a different number. He was waiting to get to, I don't know why, but let's see what it says now. Join live as a guest, and boy, I say hi. I thought I did, but BT, I had a live goal. I don't have any goals. That way, I don't worry about reaching the most way down. See, yeah, I didn't get rich. That didn't happen. All right, bye. We're going to shut off the phone. Now to shut it off. Right, shut it off right here. I can see the phone. Yeah. See if I got a guest. See if I can find somebody. I'll tell you, this is fun, huh? This is why I told you I didn't go live for so long of a time. Because I want to be able to figure out a way to have something to give you. Well, I just gave you a whole bunch of a BS, you know. So let's see, we can poll and give about the lighted questions and answers. I have wallpaper. Let's see, I had wallpaper. Bye.